Sarah. It's Sunday, so it's time for my update. Let me start with apologizing ahead of time if the cats get noisy. I don't know why they've been really talkative for the last like 2 days. I just fed them, so I'm hoping that'll quiet them a little bit, but they've just been yapping constantly. So let's see. I finished my edit, I believe on Wednesday or Thursday, and so I put it all on the computer. I finished this morning. I've spent most of today just kind of relaxing since that. I've considered starting Hell's Bend, and I might still, I'm not sure. I'm not going to press myself or put any hard goals on it until after the 1st of February, just because I don't want to jump into it and overwhelm myself and stress myself out. So I'm giving myself a little bit of a break on like crunch time on it, but I might pick it up. It's sitting like right next to me. I do think I could make progress on it, and that could happen. So we'll just have to see. Usually the beginning of an edit is a little easier than the middle and the end, just because it's easier to start something than it is to finish it. For those of you who are interested, my books are all on sale right now. Safe Places, my most recent short story, which used to be 50 cents, is on sale temporarily for free, and then everything else is 30% off. So Suggestion 376 in PDF is $1.39. Inside Darkness is $2.79. I will have links below, so feel free to go over there and check that out. The link to Safe Places will be down there as well. As always, In the Night is free as well, so you can go pick those up if you'd like. The really cool thing about my 2 books is that because there are print copies available, if you select the correct selection when you purchase it in print, you can also get a PDF at the same time, so you can read it without having to wait for it to be delivered. Clearly says PDF plus, and then it either says soft cover or hardcover, and then it'll say B&W book, black and white book. There's no colored pictures in them. There's no pictures in them, so that's why they say black and white. They do offer colored at the company, so that's why it's that way. I didn't have much planned this week, so I'm not entirely sure what to talk about. I really just wanted to get my book done, so I was really focused on that rather than focusing on what I was going to make this week's video on. I have, I still have my full-time job, so I don't have all the time in the world to invest into writing and making videos, and I love making the videos, and it's been really good so far, but I also am going to write above planning a video just because the writing is the important part. I'm making these videos partly so that I can talk to other writers and engage other writers and talk to people who think of themselves as writers but don't know how to make themselves feel like writers, and I know sometimes that's a hard thing to do. I probably talk less one-on-one with people about writing than a lot of other writers do, partly because the process itself is somewhat personal to me. I feel like the writing process is much more of a personal process. I know lots of people sit down and have an outline when they start, and lots of people have no idea what they're doing when they start, and that's how I work, but those people still do things differently. Some people go back and they do a section until it is perfect. Some people, like me, just get all of the story out and then go back and try to tie up those loose ends and make sure that everything kind of gels. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to talk about this week, just because I just finished something, so I feel like today is much more of a like take the day off. However, I'm having a hard time focusing on kind of useless kinds of stuff. I play video games a lot. That's one of my favorite things to do when I'm not writing, and I've had a hard time focusing on my video games. But I mean, I'm sure some of it's just having finished something, having wrapped something up, and having this completed thing sitting in front of me is a little bit of it. I do still need to go back and run a spell check on the actual file. you know, when you're putting edits in, sometimes you're not looking up the whole time, and because you're not looking up the whole time, that sound you're hearing is Mr. Crowley being a lunatic. Not quite sure why. Where was I? Oh, sometimes when you're putting edits in, you just kind of speed through it because you're trying to get them in. And so you miss things. And I have a really bad habit of hitting the space just a split second before I hit like the next key. And so they kind of get jumbled, and sometimes that happens. So I do need to run a spell check, and that'll also run a grammar check in case, you know, I hit a comma instead of a period or vice versa and things of that nature. So that's another thing I have to do. I did cut the book down from 222 to 215 pages. I feel like that's some good progress. I had already cut it down. I think it was originally like 250. So that's good. I do feel like when it's a little bit, when I've shortened it by tightening, that does add a lot to the story. And it makes the story very different than it would be if I left it the way it was. Now, Dreamer's also insane. She just pushed my husband's chair across the floor. This is going to be a noisy video, and I'm very sorry for that. I don't know what to say about that other than it's just going to have to be noisy because my cats are noisy. As of right now, I'm hoping to get Hell's Bend out sometime this year. Like I said, I haven't actually looked at it yet. So that may be less reasonable than I think it is. But we'll see when I get kind of going on it if it's less reasonable than I think it is right now. And then I can reassess, because at the end of the day, these are my goals. That's a thing I have to try to keep in mind, is that I'm setting these goals. So if they need to be adjusted, that I need to go ahead and do that, but I need to do that early. So I think I might go ahead and sit down and do like a chapter of Hell's Bend, and then kind of relax a little more for the rest of the day. We'll see how the editing process goes for the video, and how much time I have left after I'm done editing the video, because that could make a difference. Sorry. Okay, so one of my cats is on a prescription diet, and he was just gonna go get the other cat's food, so I had to kind of grab him. Well, I grabbed the food and put it away so he can't get to it, but so yeah, I think that kind of does it for this week. I'll keep tweeting as always, and so you can like me on all the social media. I'm gonna put links down below there too. Make sure you like this video and subscribe if you're interested in seeing more videos. There will be a link as well to additional videos of mine that you can watch if you haven't seen them all at the end of the video. So I hope you have a wonderful week, and good luck in all your endeavors, and I will see you next week. Bye! But it's noisy, so let's just wait till that passes. Make bass faces.